A dense fog covers the ancient forest as the moon casts an eerie glow through the twisted branches. The night is silent except for the faint echo of footsteps rushing through the damp leaves. A figure, tall and cloaked in shadows, moves swiftly between the trees. His crimson eyes pierce the darkness, searching. Lucas stops near the ruins of an old castle, his breath steady despite the chase. His hands tighten into fists as he senses something or someone drawing closer. He has waited centuries for this moment. In the heart of the city, Vanessa walks alone, her footsteps echoing softly against the pavement. The city lights cast long shadows, creating an almost surreal atmosphere. The streets are unusually quiet, with only the distant hum of traffic breaking the silence. Vanessa's mind wanders as she walks, lost in thoughts of the past and the future. Her reflection flickering in the glass of a shop window catches her eye. She pauses for a moment, staring at the ghostly image of herself. The shop window displays an array of items, but Vanessa's focus is on her own face, trying to decipher the emotions hidden behind her eyes. The reflection seems to whisper secrets of a life she once knew. Something about tonight feels different, like an unseen presence is watching her. The hairs on the back of her neck stand up and she glances around nervously. The city, usually a place of comfort, now feels like a labyrinth of shadows and whispers. Every corner seems to hide a mystery, every alley a potential threat. Vanessa quickens her pace, her heart pounding in her chest, a strange pull in her chest, as if her heart is trying to remember something she has long forgotten. Memories of a time when she felt safe and loved flood her mind, but they are just out of reach, like fragments of a dream. She clutches her chest, feeling a mix of longing and sorrow. The city lights blur as tears well up in her eyes. She shakes off the feeling and steps into a cafe. The warm light and the hum of conversation offer a brief respite from the eerie night outside. Vanessa takes a deep breath, trying to steady her racing heart. She finds a seat by the window, watching the city continue its dance of light and shadow. For now, she is safe, but the night is far from over. Lucas enters moments later, his gaze locking onto her as if time itself has stopped. She looks up, meeting his eyes. For a brief second, her breath catches. A feeling of familiarity, of déjà vu, overtakes her.
You.
Do I know you? Your face. It seems familiar, like a distant memory I can't quite place.
Not in this life, but in the echoes of time. Our souls have crossed paths many times before, but in every life before it. We've been bound by fate, drawn together by forces beyond our understanding.
She laughs softly, thinking it's a line, but something in his expression unnerves her. His eyes hold a depth that speaks of ancient sorrows and timeless love.
You must think I'm crazy, but the truth is often stranger than fiction. Our connection is real, even if it defies logic. But I've waited centuries for you. Through lifetimes of searching, hoping and longing, I've always found my way back to you. You and I, we've done this before. We've danced this dance, played out this story over and over again.
Done what before? What are you talking about? This sounds like a dream or a fantasy.
Loved, died, been torn apart again and again. Each time the pain of losing you has been unbearable, but the joy of finding you again has always been worth it.
She pulls back slightly, unsure whether to be intrigued or afraid. The weight of his words hangs heavy in the air, challenging her sense of reality. But the way he speaks, it feels too real. His conviction, the intensity in his eyes, it all feels like a truth she's always known but never acknowledged. That night, unable to shake the feeling of knowing him, she finds herself walking alone under the moonlight. Lucas appears from the shadows, waiting for her.
You don't believe me? After everything we've been through, you still doubt my words?
Should I? How can I trust you when all I've known is deception and pain?
You are the only thing that has ever made me feel human. Without you, I am lost in the darkness, a shadow of my former self.
His eyes soften, and for the first time in centuries there is hope in them, a glimmer of the man he once was, now resurfacing. He reaches out, hesitating before brushing his fingers against hers. The touch is gentle, almost afraid, as if the connection might shatter. A spark ignites between them. It's not just a physical spark, but a surge of energy, a bond that transcends time and space. Vanessa gasps as memories flood her mind, visions of past lives, of love and tragedy, of blood and betrayal. She sees their shared history, the moments that defined them, the choices that led them here. Tears well up in her eyes as the weight of their shared past crashes down upon her. She realizes the depth of their connection, the pain and love intertwined. In that moment they embrace, holding onto each other as if their lives depend on it. The darkness around them seems to fade, replaced by a newfound light. Their hands intertwine, a symbol of unity and strength. Together they are ready to face whatever comes next, no longer alone in the shadows.
No, this isn't real.
It is, and if you remember, you'll know how this always ends.
How does it end?
With my death or yours.
Tears well in her eyes, but she doesn't know why. She sees flashes, an ancient castle, a forbidden love, a dagger, the scent of blood in the air.
You're the key, Vanessa. If you choose to leave, I will lose you again. If you choose to stay, we can change our fate. I don't understand. We have a choice this time. Either we break the curse, or we surrender to it.
The sky darkens, clouds swallowing the moon. The curse is awakened and time is running out.
The night is eternal, but our love doesn't have to be cursed forever.
Vanessa steps closer. Her fear is still there, but so is something else. Trust.
Then let's end this.
A final choice, a kiss that seals their fate. As the first light of dawn breaks over the horizon, the curse shatters like glass. For the first time in eternity, they are free.